Mm-mm-mm. Not my problem. There's some really crazy people in this world. Really crazy people. Oh man, this shit's funny as hell. Oh boy, what is wrong with this people in this world? I tell you, I can't believe I just realized who that was just now. This is hilarious. It does look like her, dude. Oh my god. That is hilarious. Wow. Unreal. Oh. Oh wow, some delusional people. Some really crazy people. I see more and more craziness every day. A lot of crazy people in here. in the world. Plenty crazy people. I don't believe that. Oh man. Poor vibes. Yes, sir. Absolutely. These people are getting dissed. Oh my god. Oh boy, that's funny. I want to know what's the sense of what you're doing. It still make no sense. Hmm. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, hey, Fiona. That's crazy because Goodman told me that yesterday. And Tanya said a week ago that happened to her. And you guys are all subscribers. That don't make no sense. Because Goodman reported it yesterday that it's doing it. But it don't make no sense why it's happening. I don't get it. It's so dumb. I don't know. It's a YouTube issue. It's nothing that I can do on my end. Because I got channel. Yeah. Yeah, it says you're subscribed to my channel. Yeah. But yeah, a few people have complained about that. And I don't know what to tell you. But yesterday when you came in here, it didn't do it, right? It's just today. Because yesterday you were here, right? Wasn't it yesterday or the day before you were here? Yeah, just yesterday, yeah. That's what I'm saying. If you were in here yesterday and today it's telling you you can't, and honest, just don't make no sense. Oh boy, I don't know, Fiona. I don't know what to tell you. It's just a joke. YouTube is like on crack. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. But you're not the only person that's happened to. It's happened to a few people already. I think Tanya was last week. Goodman was yesterday. Actually, Goodman said it's twice it's happened to him, and now you. And someone else said it too. Someone else said that they couldn't talk for 5 minutes. I don't know. Maybe like there's a malfunction in the thing. I don't know. See subscribers anymore limits participant who've followed the channel. Oh. It says subscribers only mode limits participants to those who followed your channel for a set amount of time. That's what it says. Where it says subscribers, it has like a question mark and a circle. But you've been here for a while, so it shouldn't be a problem. Man, these things are annoying. Subscribers only mode limits participants who followed your channel for a set amount of time. That's dumb, though. Because if you're subscribed, you're subscribed. I'm trying to figure out whatever the heck's going on, but I don't, it doesn't tell me anything. That's the only thing it says. Allow this. Language and captions. I don't know. I don't know what the heck's going on. Yeah, you never get notifications. Yeah, a lot of people tell me that. A lot of people say they don't get notifications. They're saying that they're not a subscriber now. I don't know. I really don't know. But from time to time, it's always them. It's always YouTube that is the problem. 'Cause I don't ban anybody from here unless they aggravate me or they piss me off, and you don't do that, so you're good. But I don't know. I don't get it. I have no idea. I have to see if anybody else's channel does that. Says community moderation controls. Let me see if I can find something here. Viewers post off. Messages in your live chat. Comments are on. User management. Okay, approved users comments and viewer posts approved users will be automatically you'll be from block links, blah blah blah. Nothing else. I don't know. Doesn't say anything else here. I'm trying to look like if community comments or anything, posts, blocked words, nothing. I don't know. I don't know what the heck's going on. I have no idea. I pretty much get everyone's notifications to a point. I get Marley's, I get Tanya's. Anybody that I follow, I get their notifications. I get pretty much everything. I don't really have like an issue with my YouTube, to be honest. I don't. Like all my subscribers, I usually get their notifications. Sometimes I don't though. I can't say I get them every single time. But I do get majority of them. And if I don't get the notifications, there's like a blue little dot next to the subscriber to say that they went live today or they got a new video. So that's how you can tell if the person's gone live today or you haven't seen their live or whatever. That's what mine looks like. But I don't know. I don't really. There's a few people that have said the same thing you've said, though. Ooh. Wow. That was crazy. I've been watching these federal agents and ICE going against their agitators all day. That's all you see all over. That's all you see all over social media. These people are so dumb. I can't believe these people. I don't understand these people. You don't know what's going on. I have to search the person's channel to see if they're going live. Yeah. Hey, Tanya, you said you cranky still, Marky? Cranky? Man, since when was I cranky? Why are you calling me cranky for? I ain't cranky. Yesterday. I weren't cranky yesterday when? Cause I'm your friend and tells you like it is. Shit. You thought I was cranky yesterday? Dang. I don't think so. At least I didn't feel cranky. I'm sorry if I came across cranky to you. I apologize if that's what you think. But I didn't think I was cranky. I was probably tired or whatever, but cranky. I've never been called that. Shit. How are you feeling today? Are you better? You feel better? Sick? Flu? I know you said you were very sick yesterday. Nah, you ain't gotta be sorry. I'm just playing around. It's cool. You're my friend. It's okay. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm asking if you're better. See, if I was cranky, I'd be like, I don't care about her. You're better today. That's good. No, I'm not cranky today. To answer your question, no, I'm not still cranky. I'm doing okay. I actually got a very nice phone call from my client today. She called me. I didn't even know whose phone number it was. I was like, who the fuck is this? She called me and she's like, oh, hey, it's me. Just wanted to let you know I'm so sorry about your dog and I haven't had a chance to call you. And I'm like, that's very nice of her. She didn't have to do that. I know she has a lot of issues going on with her daughter and stuff. And I asked about her daughter, and she said her daughter's away getting tests done. So we all going through some bullshit. So she was telling me that if I need to go there and have dinner with her and her husband, which is my clients, they've been my clients for years now. And she said, if you want to come over and have a beer, or you want to talk, or you want to cry, you can come over and hang out with us and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, wow, she's a sweetheart. My clients are like second parents to me. I've known them for so long. They're such nice people, man. So, she called me and was like, wanted to know if I needed anything or, you know, stuff like that. She made me cry a bit. I couldn't hold it. She goes, look, you gotta let it out. Sometimes you gotta cry like crazy, and just let it all out. She goes, you can come over here and cry with me if you want. I was like, nah, I'm had enough crying for a year now. I've cried a lot the past few months. I don't need to cry no more. I'm good, even though I did today, but it's good to let it out. I know, but I just don't want to do it in front of people. I'd rather do it on my own time. But yeah, her and her husband are my main clients, and her daughter and her son-in-law and her son-in-law's parents, they're all my clients, all my friends. They're like family to me. They're not just my clients, they're my family. So they're like family to me. So yeah, I was kind of like she apologized a lot because she said she should have called me a lot earlier, but she just thought about me and just called me to see how I was doing. So I thought that was very nice of her. It's nice to know people actually give a shit about me. Yeah, 'cause sometimes I always say people don't care about me. I'm the only one who cares about anybody. No one gives a fuck about me. I always say it all the time, but I know my clients and my family cares about me. But you know, it just sucks. So, and I saw my one of my cousins I saw in the grocery store just now, and she was saying sorry about your dad, and I'm like, well, guess what? My dog's gone too. She's like, oh no. And then last week my brother's cat died. So it's like it happens in threes. My dad, my dog, and my brother's cat. 2 family pets and my dad gone just like that in 3 months. It's a never ending story. But those are the three in a row. They said it happens in threes, so there you go. You know, so it's fucked up, but it happens. Oh, I know people care about me, but sometimes like the people I would expect to hear from, I don't hear from, and that's like kind of sad. Yeah, but the ones that matter, they care. I was actually surprised that my client called me for that. Yeah. She called me from her cell phone, so that's why I didn't know. 'Cause they usually call me from the house. I was like, "Who the hell is this?" And then when I heard her voice, I was like, "Oh shit! Look at that! People actually give a shit about me." Well, the thing is, I hardly go through these things. Right? It's my turn now, so it's my turn for a parent to die, my dog, and so forth, and go through some hard times. It's life. You can't always be perfect, so it's all good. It's nice to know people care enough to take a couple of minutes out of their time. Yeah, yeah, she's very nice. Actually, you know what, Fiona? He's actually much better now. He's like come around. He's still annoying, but he's come around big time. Like he's like helped me out a lot. He's been doing a good bit, but he's not. There's only certain people I can't tolerate a person for too long or every single day. If I'm around somebody every day or every other day or they're messaging me every day, I'm gonna get tired of that person. I can't be around people all day. It's just not me. But that specific guy, he's been very helpful to me. He's been very nice. He's been very good. He hasn't been that annoying, but he kind of got like carried away for a bit, and he finally got the point. Yeah, like he's a very good friend of mine, and he's done a lot for me lately. And in the music stuff and all my DJing stuff, he's been like helping me out a lot. So I appreciate him. But I can't hang with him every day, or I can't talk to him every day. So I avoid him when I can, because I just can't deal with him. And then since Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and today, I worked with my cousin. And what's today? Tuesday, right? Yeah. Sorry, yeah. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, I worked with my cousin painting my mom and dad's roof, like cleaning the roof. I bleached it, and cleaned it all up, painted it, and the garage. So today we finished. And my cousin is my best friend. He's my best friend and my cousin. I've known him for over 40 something years. We went to school our whole life. We lived next to each other and we worked together many times. But he's another person. Like I can only tolerate him so long, and then that's it. I can't take it anymore. So like when he left today, like we did half a day of work. So we just had to finish like a little bit, just the garage roof. And as soon as I finished and he left, I was like, thank God I ain't gotta see him for a while now because I can't take that shit too. Like I just can't take people constantly over and over and over and over, like every single day. And I'm sure he probably feels the same way or probably doesn't want to be around. I mean, we have a great time. We have fun. We laugh a lot. He took my mind off of all the bullshit for a while. He didn't talk to me about my dad or my dog or anything like that to make me think about it. He talked about himself, his own life. We talked about all the things we used to do when we were young and crazy. Laughed a lot. But like today, I was just like, yeah, I'm had enough of him. Thank God I ain't got to see him for a while. Bye. See you later. So it's like, I just can't take people too much. If I see you for like 3, 4 days in a row, like physically see you, I can't take that like shit too much. I'm like, yeah, I'm had enough of you. Fuck off. I'm had enough. Like, I don't hate the person or I don't like dislike the person. Just I just can't be around somebody all the time. They aggravate. Yeah, exactly. I need my alone time. I like to be alone. I don't like to be around. I don't like people around me all the time. And like even when I had my dog, I used to send her outside and like, I need time by myself. Like you fucking irritate me. And that's it. Some people online are like that too. They'll come in here and tell me about their whole life story and bore my life or aggravate me and try and get my attention, ask me stupid ass shit. And then I'll just get fed up and I'll be like, yeah, I need a break. My neighbor's dog's barking out of control. I feel like putting duct tape around his fucking mouth. No bastard. Yeah, where should I retire? Uh, don't retire in Bermuda. You won't get nothing. You better retire somewhere, Tanya. You might as well retire where you live. Don't retire at all. Just keep working. That's what I'm going to tell people when somebody asks me that question. Yep. My dad worked right up until he couldn't even walk anymore. Oh yeah, I don't have to deal with them no more. Hell no. But that's the thing. I still have to deal with people all the time. We all do. We all have to deal with people. They ain't going away. You're always gonna have to deal with some asshole and some stupid ass person in your life or family members or whatever. I'm not trying to run away from it all, but it's nice for them to leave you alone or like get away from me and just leave me alone or just have like a break from them. That would be very nice. So I don't know, man. It's just I wish that people would be more tolerable when you ain't gotta worry about them so much. Because some people are very annoying. They don't even know they're annoying, but they are. That's for sure. Like when I see certain people, there's like one person that comes in here that aggravates me so much that I don't even want to speak to him sometimes. 'Cause as soon as you say, hey, then they're gonna be like, I ain't even asking you about your day. And you want to just sit there and tell me your whole life story. Like, and then whatever you tell me is like half of it's like a bullshit lie or a bullshit like situation. And then every person that comes in there, you tell them everything, the same thing over and over and over and over. And then you bore their life and then you bore the next person's life. And then you're telling the next person that comes in here what you do. And it's like, shut the fuck up already. Like, no one fucking cares. Ain't nobody asking you. So, like, there's still like some people who come in here and irritate the shit out of me, by just, aggravating everybody else. It doesn't happen very often, but there's some people that still aggravate me and like say stupid shit and just like aggravate everybody in here and clog up the chat room with their bullshit. Yeah, me too. I prefer animals over humans, but unfortunately, I don't have, yeah. Yeah, that makes me cranky when I have to deal with idiots. You're absolutely right, Tanya. See, you know me well. See? You don't bother me at all, Tanya. You absolutely don't. I enjoy your company. I enjoy your videos. I enjoy when you come in here and support me and say things and stuff. You're the last person that I would talk about on here. Yes. You can come in here and tell me about your day, tell me you're sick and all that. I'll be supportive. I won't like be like, oh God, this damn woman. No, I'm not like that. There's like certain people who are annoying, like, not too many anymore. There's hardly anybody that comes in here and aggravates me anymore. Like I have a pretty good group of people now. But there's always that one person, that one clown that I have to worry about here and there that comes in here and be like, ah. I'm like, shut the fuck up already. Go away. Yeah, bro must be upset because his Steelers lost last night. They got a beat down. I haven't seen him. I've only been on here for 40 minutes, but I don't mind. Most people that come in here, I'm cool with anyway. Yeah, your mom's cool. People that come in your live are cool. They're nice. Everybody talks to each other. Everybody's cool. Has a good laugh. You know, I'm glad people know that you go live and things like that. Yeah, that you know what, Fiona? That's what I tell. See, when I sometimes this specific person that I'm talking about, I would tell them blue in the face every month or every couple months. I'll tell them your issue is sharing too much of your life on here, and the next day the person does the same fucking thing, or they'll come in your room or someone else's room and say the same shit, and I'm like, didn't I just fucking tell you that you shouldn't be doing that, and you still do it, and then you wonder why your life is the way it is, and then you wonder why shit's all, then you wonder why I don't really say nothing to you, because talking to you is like talking to a little 12-year-old trying to get you to understand life. Fuck, like just listen to me for fuck's sake. I'm even got spirit telling me to tell you don't do it, and you still do it. So then how am I supposed to, and then you come in here when things are wrong or not going good for you, come in here and I mean, I don't want to hear it. Like, leave me the fuck alone. I honestly wish like that person would just go somewhere else and just fuck off already. You know, I can tell people blue in the face, don't do this, don't do that, and I think you shouldn't do this. I think you should keep quiet about your plans, what you're doing, your life. Don't go around these chat rooms fucking blabbing your mouth. Like, just take it easy. Hi, hello, okay, guys, bye. That's all you got to do. You ain't gonna sit here and talk about your whole life. Now, if we're having a conversation like we are now about these type of things, right? So we can all talk about it, and we're talking about a specific subject, so that's fine. Now, if one of you starts saying, I have this going on, and I got to do this tomorrow, and then Wednesday and Tuesday and Thursday, I got to, do this and blah, 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 blah. You know, like, you shouldn't be telling everybody in the chat room what you're doing and where you are, and you're like, who fucking cares? Like, I ain't asking you that. Now, sometimes I'll be like, yeah, I got to do my mom's roof, and I'm gonna do this and do that. I'm just talking about regular life shit. I'm not gonna sit there and tell you, I plan to invade, some country, or, I'm gonna do this and do that. I'm not gonna tell you my whole life. Like, that shit's for me to know and you to find out. Fuck. You know. Some things are just best unsaid in these chat rooms. You should limit yourself, because you can make yourself look like an idiot. Because if you say you're gonna do A, B, C, and then when you come in the chat room, somebody's gonna say, oh, how is ABC going for you? And you're like, well, I decided not to do it now because, you know, this and that happened, and my granny told me that I shouldn't do it. And then you come in here a month later, oh, I'm gonna get into this now. I'm gonna do this now. I'm gonna do ballet. And then you tell everybody that comes in here that you're gonna do ballet for the next 3 months. And then it flops in the next month and you don't do it anymore. So people are gonna be like, how's the ballet going? And then you're gonna be like, well, ballet didn't really go too good for me, so now I'm doing skydiving. And then you're gonna get yourself in trouble again because people are gonna ask you how is this going, how is that going, and then you have nothing to explain, or you look like a fucking complete clown because you're telling everybody your life, and then you're lying. You're lying majority of the time. You're lying about your life. You know. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. No. And I don't, I mean, I can share certain things on here, but it's true. It's not a dream or a desire or like a bullshit promise I'm going to give you. I'll use myself as an example. I told everybody a couple months ago that I'm going to get back into DJing. What are you seeing behind me? All my DJ equipment. I'm back into it. I told everybody I'm going to get back into it, and I did. I'm not going to tell you I'm going into it and then not do it. You got me? And I tell people I'm gonna come on here tonight or next day or whatever, and I'm gonna come on here. If I tell you I've been painting my mom's roof, I can prove it to you. And like everything I say, I want it to be the truth. I'm not gonna sit here and bullshit you. This is my whole like point of this conversation. Is if you say things in this chat room, right, or any chat room you go to, tell the truth because the lies are gonna catch up with you. Because then people are gonna remember like how you were like for Fiona for instance, you say, hey Mark, that annoying guy that you tell us about, that aggravates you and whatever. And I said, yeah, Fiona, he's getting a little better. He's all right. He kind of helped me out. He's cool, but I still, he's still annoying. You remember that shit, right? So that's the thing. People remember what you say. And then if you're lying, you're gonna be like, and then if you're in another chat room that we're all a part of, and you go in there and you cover it up, then you look like an idiot. And then I can't trust you because you sit there and lie to everybody about your hopes, dreams, and desires and what you think that's gonna happen, and it don't. And I think that that's idiotic of a person to do, to sit there and lie, like right. I'm the same way. I remember what people say, like that's why you ain't gonna trick me. But it's funny, the person that I'm talking about, they do it regardless of what I say. I've told this exact same person, right? Over and over and over to stop doing it. That's why everything they say don't happen because they're putting it into the universe and the universe is slapping them with it. And like it don't happen because you are still running your mouth and you have no proof of what you're doing. Because if you did, you would say, hey, come check my shit, come see me in action. You don't do it because it's all in your mind. And all you do is lie all day. So then fuck off. Like don't come around me and talk that shit. And if you notice, I'll never ask this person what's going on in their life or their job or their like their love. I don't ask nothing because I don't give a fuck because I know you're lying. Because if you were telling the truth, you prove it. You know? Or you'll say, hey guys, come check my shit. Come see my stuff. Come see my channel. Come see, this and that and blah, blah, blah. And I've had a few people in here last year, say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And then they never do it. So if you ain't going to do it, don't talk about it. You make yourself look less dumb. Or if you do it and it fails, at least you say it, you know? Yeah. You're not dumb at all, Tanya. You've done a lot of things that you say, but I'm just talking about a specific, specific bunch of people. It's not just one, it's a few people. But yeah, don't call yourself dumb. You're not dumb at all. You're entertaining, you're funny, and you keep us entertained with your videos. And you're showing us that you show us that even though you've gone through hell and back in the last year or so, you can come out of it and still be okay. And you can still have fun, you know? Begin with an M? No. No. It doesn't begin with an M, no. Yeah, exactly. Well, see, that's the thing. I feel like, yeah, exactly. Don't ever say anything like that. Well, it's just like I told everybody on here, I'm going to get an inheritance, but I've never told anybody how much because it's none of nobody's business. And I've never told anybody how much I've gotten because it's none of nobody's fucking business. It's nice to get something for free. And now I can use it to pay for my mom's roof and all the things that I've done and help her. You know, I agree, Fiona. She's not dumb. She's only joking anyway. She knows she's not dumb. She's not dumb at all. I know a lot of dumb people, and you're not one of them. That's for sure. She's actually a smart cookie. She's helped so many people on here. She's helped so many people on here get a remote job or try to get them a remote job. But those same people she's tried to help, they don't give a fuck because they're not about that life. See, you can help somebody and recommend shit to people, but they have to go and do it. And when you do it, you kind of call them out if they don't do it. See, that's what I do. Like I'm saying, you came in here, trying to find a job. This woman's gave you the link, and then you don't do it. So then why the fuck you gonna come in here and cry you ain't got no job if this woman told you can get a job doing this? And then if you don't put in no effort to go get the job, then how does that make you look? That makes you look like a fucking idiot coming in here crying about shit that you don't do. Dumbass. And this is what gets me irritated is like I know so many people in here that like want help and get help, and then when they get the help, they don't like they don't care. They're like whatever, like they're like oh well, these people support me, they gave me help, and they helped me this way, that way, and then you give them this help, and then they're like delusional, like they just, oh well, thank you for the help, but I think I'm just gonna stick with my job. But you just said you want a new job and you want to get away from your old shit and you want like so this person's gave you the opportunity to get a new job and you're like, no, I'm not gonna do it. So it's like, it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? um, hey Lucky, good. I'm glad you're about to go sleep. That's when I like you the most. We can have caregiving job all over the US. It's hard to get into you. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. But that's why I get frustrated at these people sometimes that come in here. They're like, oh, I need a job. I can't find it. And then when somebody gives you a link to go find out a job, and you're like, I'll take it. And then they don't come back in here and say, hey Tanya, that link you gave me, I got the job. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. blah, 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 you know? It's like, yeah, whatever, bro. Stupid ass people. If you've been working your ass off, you be sleeping. Not in here at 4:15 in the morning. Get your ass to sleep. Leave me alone. Blah, blah, blah. She can't sleep. It's not her fault. I didn't even know your brain works. Shit. Well, at least you admit it works better, you know, for some things. See? I made my point. See what I mean? See how I make my point right away? Yeah. It ain't easy. Oh, boy. Excel. Excel. We have a company here called Excel. Uh, mm. It's been cloudy here all day. It's so annoying. No sun. Sun came out probably like 10 minutes. It's like dead calm, no wind, no sun, all clouds. It's like, what the hell is going on here? And up above my head is the radar, so it looks like we're going to get some type of rain. Some type of rain. Hopefully I get my music today. I'm still waiting for my music and I haven't got it yet. Still waiting for my bloody music. Fiona, if you need a job, you know, Lucky's hiring. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. What's today? Tuesday, right? Yeah. Shit, so I should have been got my shit by now, man. The fuck? Where's my shit, bruh? Where's my shit, bruh? I'll give you the link when Lucky leaves. Oh, look at this cool thing. What the heck is that? My friend just posted this big ass hamster looking thing. So cute. Hey, Marilyn. How you been? Yes, she does. Yeah. Thank God. There's nothing that would take away her stench, you know? I'm not gonna pick on her no more. She's gonna get mad at me. She's gonna be like, "What did I do? What did I do? No, don't pick on me." Uh, sometimes. Sometimes I care. When I tease people, it's me showing them love in a different way. And sometimes it's me saying, uh, you know, here we go again. You're good. Good to hear. Glad you're doing good. What the heck is capybara? What is capybara? Capybara. Oh, I was like, what the heck is that? Let me Google it. Oh yeah, it is. It is a capybara. It looks so cute. It looks like a big ass hamster. This person had it as a pet. They just posted it. I was like, what in the world is that? Look like a big ass hamster. And they got it as a pet, all feeding it, all sorts of shit. I was like, what in the world is that? Looks cute though. They look kind of cute. Capybara. It's a Capybara. So you spelled it wrong, but it's okay. It came up though. People eat those poor things? Oh no. People eat anything, man. They're desperate. What the fuck is wrong with these people? It's okay. It's still bring it up though. As soon as I typed it in, that came up. So at least they know what I was talking about. Don't worry, I can't spell too many things either. I didn't graduate. I need spell check. So it's okay, Tanya. At least they know what we were talking about. I would have never known the name of that thing anyway. I just looks like an overgrown hamster. I wouldn't eat it though. It doesn't look edible. I would never eat anything like that anyway. Ugh, no thanks. When I came home today, I had some like extra bread, and I gave it to the roosters and the chickens at the bottom of the hill. So they saw my car and they started looking. They looking at me and they're like, what? And then I was like, I chucked them some bread and they took off. And then when I drove off, they came running back over to the bread to eat it. And I was like, you chickens are so dumb. Did I go to high school in Bermuda? Yeah, but I dropped out of school. I dropped out of school 2 years before I was supposed to graduate. So I made it to grade 10, but I had to go to grade 12. So I just dropped out of school at 17. I couldn't take it anymore. I started learning biology, which made no sense. Biology is the biggest waste of time in the world unless you want to be a biologist. Or high school back in my day was totally stupid and shit. Why learn biology for what? Why do I have to dissect a cat, a starfish, and a frog? For what? How is that going to benefit my life if I don't want to do that? So I took a L. I took like I didn't pass biology. I never did because I refused to do those things. Because that's not should not be a part of your life, and they shouldn't make you do those things because that's disgusting. So that's one of the reasons why I left high school because they started making you do shit you didn't want to do. I ain't dissecting nothing. Hell no. Fuck that. It's smelly, dirty ass shit. You crazy? I'm not no fucking veterinarian, and I ain't gonna be a veterinarian, and I ain't dissecting shit. I just sat there and didn't do anything. I refused to do it. So they gave me a 0. And then they said, if you don't take biology serious and you don't pass it, then you fail your year. And I was like, oh, well, fuck you and goodbye. And the same thing with history. Why are we learning everybody else's history but are not our own? If we live in Bermuda, we should have Bermuda history, not American history, Canadian history, and European history. Nobody gives a fuck about that. We live in Bermuda. I want to learn Bermuda history. That's what history class should be. So I went against everything in high school. I went against it. And then I just said, you know what? Why am I even here? I know my ABCs, my one, two, threes. I know how to add, multiply, subtract. I know how to read. I know how to write. That's all I need to have a job. So fuck this place. I'm out of here. And I came to the conclusion at that young age that I was wasting my time and my parents' money coming to this stupid private school that dumb as shit. And that was my mentality. And I turned out perfectly fine. And the only thing that I've used in high school that is a blessing to me is math and English and writing, reading and writing. That's it. As long as you know how to read and write and add and subtract and multiply, you don't need nothing else. Everything else is just common sense and a way of learning life. That's it. But biology was a waste of time. Science was a waste of time. History was a waste of time because it was nothing to do with Bermuda. I don't care about your country's history. It don't bother me. And the only subjects I liked was English, math, literature, um, social studies was okay because you learned about like things all over the world and religion, things like that. We had to learn religion because we were a Catholic school. I went to I went to a private Catholic school, and we had to pay to go there. Yeah. hmm So I told my dad, "You don't have to pay for nothing else. I'm going." And he got so mad at me. He was like, "No, no, you should stay in school." And I'm like, "Dad, I'm good. You both my sisters. Well, my sister's in college. You could pay for her college tuition. I'm leaving school. Fuck this place. I'm done. I can't be here no more. This place is a joke." So he got mad at me when I left school. He was pissed. My mom was mad. Then the principal was a nun. See, we had nuns back then teaching us and principals and teachers, and those dopey bitches, they act like they were like, God's greatest gift to a school. So I told my principal I don't want to come back to this school no more because you guys ain't teaching us what we're supposed to be learning to go to college for, and nothing. Biology is a joke. I told her right to her face, all these subjects that I failed, they're all a joke. There's nothing that's gonna help me in my life. I don't want to be a veterinarian, so why should I do biology? It's pointless. Why am I doing science if I'm not going to be a scientist? You're teaching me shit for nothing. I don't need to learn this trash. And why are you teaching me? Why do I have to take French or Spanish if I'm Portuguese? So if I'm Portuguese and there's a lot of Portuguese people in Bermuda and there's no French and Spanish people here, you should teach Portuguese and English. Fuck you want to know Spanish and French for in Bermuda? Ain't no French and Spanish people here. So she got so mad at me because I was counteracting what the school was teaching us. And she hated me for that. And she looked me in my face and she said to me, "You are never going to go nowhere in life with this attitude." And I looked at her and I said, "When I leave this school and start working, I'm already going to have more money and more knowledge than I have if I stay here for another 2 years. You're going to amount to nothing. You're never going to be nothing in your life." And I slammed the door in her face. She got up, opened the door, told me off, and told me never come back. I said, "You ain't got to worry about me coming back to this shithole. Fuck you, bitch. Worry about you." And look, I made it perfectly fine. I've had my own business for 20 years. I've been an electrician for 25 years. I've had my own business for 20 years. I've been a DJ for 30 years. And I've been on here for years too. So how is that a failure in life? And how the fuck did my school make me who I am today? They didn't. Kiss my ass, stupid nun. That bitch is in hell anyway. She didn't go to heaven. She went straight to hell, burned. She was one of the worst nuns and worst people I ever knew in my life. You're a woman of God, and you're so negative. You didn't even try to change my mind. You was because you hated what I said to you because I was telling you the truth. Because at 17, my brain was already smarter than yours was when you was 17. Yeah, exactly, Fiona. Exactly. Yeah. You can. That shit was nasty. You know what the most ranking smell that I smelt from all of those things was the starfish. We dissected a starfish, and that shit stunk so bad. I would almost throw up, and I was like, I can't take this. I walked out of the classroom plenty of times, and said, I ain't doing this shit. You ain't getting me to dissect no damn things. Hell no. I refuse to do that. Mm-mm. What's up, Dan? How you doing, bro? I'll never forget. I sat down in biology class, and they said, "Oh, we guys are gonna dissect a cat." I'm like, "Oh, hell no! I love cats. I'm not gonna dissect no animals." As soon as she says we're gonna dissect the cat, I got up and I left and I went outside. So you can give me a 0 for the class. I'm not doing that shit. I refuse to dissect any animals. I'm not a fucking doctor. I'm not a biologist, and I'm not planning on doing any of that shit in my life. So why am I learning it for? You're teaching me something I don't want to be taught. So goodbye. I sat out in the hallway in a desk in a chair many times because I refused to do the things they wanted me to do. So then I left. I couldn't take school anymore because they're not teaching me anything I want to know. Everything you're teaching me is bullshit. And I didn't and everything you taught me, half the things I don't use in my life. Just like algebra and trigonometry. When do I use that in my life? When? Never. So why am I getting taught this? When you reach high school, you should have a choice of what you want to learn for what you want to be. Simple. It's very, very simple. And you should just take those classes that you want to take to prepare you for college if you want to go. And if you don't want to go to college, you should be able to choose what subjects you want. So if you don't want to do biology, then you shouldn't have to. Don't mandatory tell me I gotta do this shit. Fuck you. No way. See, back in my day when I was in high school, you didn't have a choice. You had to do that shit. You had to learn biology. I'm like, you ain't telling me what to do. No way. Mm-mm. You're doing well, Dan. Hope you're feeling better, bro. I'm good, man. All's good. I'm just here talking about shitty high school and shitty school situations that I went through. You know, John Rasenberger. I've heard of that name. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course she's pissed when she saw him because a lot of stupid teachers think that certain people like me and this guy John, we didn't need school, you know? We didn't need school because some people don't need to go to college and don't need school to succeed. A lot of people in the world never went high school and they left high school like me and never went to college because some people don't need those things. And that's fine. If you go to college and you're successful, I'm very happy for you. Like my oldest sister. My oldest sister has a master's and bachelor's degree, right? And she's a teacher. And she's been a teacher for 27 years. My oldest sister. So she benefited from her college 10 times over. She wanted to go to college. She got her master's and bachelor's degree. Congratulations. That's your life. But she's jealous of me because I never went to college and I left school and became something. Because that's my path. My path is different from yours. And so is everybody else's in the world. You ain't gotta go like do shit to be somebody. Hell no. Don't ever think that. You can be successful without going to school and without going to college. And if you do, great. I'm happy for you. If there's people in here that went to graduated and went to college and you're successful, I'm very happy for you. I really genuinely are. Because you needed that to succeed. I didn't. And success is defined differently from every single person. Success is for some people is being a millionaire. Being a millionaire doesn't mean you're successful. You could be given that money. You can just have a successful millionaire business for a couple years and be bankrupt after that. Success is what you believe it is to you. That's it. Huh. Okay, good, Dan. Was biology the only class you didn't want to take? Well, biology was the main class I didn't want to take, Marilyn. And the only other class I didn't like was history because they didn't teach Bermuda history. They taught American and English history, like, British history and European history. In Bermuda, we should need to learn that. Bermuda, we were in Bermuda, we should learn Bermuda history, and we didn't. So that pissed me off. Why am I learning history from other places if I want to learn my own? If you're in Bermuda, you should learn Bermuda history. So that's the only other class I didn't like. And I refused to listen to it. Even science class is boring too. Because if you know what the fuck science really gonna do for you? It's just telling me how the moon and the earth works, and that's all bullshit too. You told me the earth was round for years. Since when? The earth is flat as fucks. Everything in your mind is round. Stupid ass people. Lying to us every day. All bullshit. That's what it is. All bullshit. So I don't really care what anybody says or does or whatever, what your beliefs are. we're all entitled to believe what we want, you know. But I believe school is a big joke, full of bullshit, and it still is. But people have strong beliefs. Yeah, trigonometry and algebra was something that was useless, so I took general math instead. When I reached grade 10, I had a choice to take trigonometry, algebra, or general math, and I took general math. And there was only 7 people in the general math class. And I learned my times tables, my division, my subtraction, my add and subtract, how to divide things, how to use a calculator properly, find the percentage of things. you know. So that's the thing. So people just have their own ways, and that's fine. Like if you're like a successful, you know, yeah, thanks, Marilyn. I did have a valid reason for not wanting to take biology, but I was forced to, and you're not gonna force me to do anything in this world. You know, I'm not the type of person that's gonna be easily forced to do something. You gotta hold me down and make me do it, and that ain't gonna happen unless you're you know crazy. But I'm not the type of person that just follows the leader, follows the people, and does whatever everybody else does. That ain't happen. The same thing happened during COVID. I refused to take, the jab, and I'm so glad I did refuse to because everybody was like, "Oh my God, you're gonna die, Mark. Take it, please." I'm like, "Hell no, I'm not taking that shit. For what? You ain't making me take nothing. I work for myself. I'll stay home all day online, make money on here. You think I give a fuck about going to somebody's house or having that shit in order to go somewhere? Fuck you, no way. You're not gonna force me to do that. It's not mandatory. You ain't getting me to do that shit. The only thing I was forced to do and had to do in my lifetime was go to the army. Because when I went to the army, I was forced to go. I had to go because I was fit and ready to go. So I had to go. I had no choice. That was the only thing I mandatory forced God to do. And in a way, I'm glad I went to the army for 3 years because it made me a better man. I'll admit that. It made me a stronger, better, more responsible man. I met so many cool people and I did a lot of cool shit when I was there. So even though it was a place I hated to be because I had to go, but at least I made the best out of it. 2 out of the 3 years, I had a good time. So, you know, that's the only thing I really had to do in my life, like mandatory had to do. Yeah, exactly. I define success differently. I feel like I'm successful in certain ways because to me, I don't have to be a millionaire to feel successful. I'm successful in everything I do because I know I'm being true to myself and true to everybody else. Just telling the truth is success because you're not a liar. A liar is not successful. You can be successful and lie your way through your life, and that don't make you successful. That makes you a lying, succeeding asshole. You know. So just telling the truth is success because you're telling the truth. You're not fake. Being fake is not successful. There's a lot of people who have a lot of money and they're the most miserable people on earth. So people have this notion and way, if I make a lot of money, that's success. That's not success. That just means you made a lot of money. Who cares? Don't mean you're successful. Success is how you define it. So in my opinion, I'll use myself as an example. I've been a successful DJ my whole life. I've always succeeded in DJing. I won competitions here. I done plenty of shit. I've been all over the world. I'm successful on here. Ain't nobody coming in here telling me that I'm a fake ass fraud. I'm a piece of shit and my readings don't happen and whoever spirit I'm talking to is some devilish shit. And then my business is successful too, because this is going to be my 20th year. So that's me personally. That's my success. I'm successful in all three things that I do, in my eyes and in my way. And that's all that matters, is I'm successful in my own eyes. I'm a legend in my own mind. That's how I look at myself, straight up. I don't care what anybody else thinks. Who cares what you think? People think that having a house, a BMW, a family, a sexy ass model wife, or a hunk of a husband is successful. That's successful for you because that's what you wanted in your life. If you say I want a house, a good job, a sexy ass wife, kids, and have a good life and be happy, that's your success. That's your definition of your success because that's what you wanted in your life. But because I don't have it doesn't mean that I'm not successful like you. Because I'm successful in things you don't or aren't like me. You're not a successful DJ like me. You're not a successful psychic or a business owner like me. Because we're all different. Everybody's successful in their own way. Simple. Yeah, see, if he had a GED, and Dan, if your stepdad had a GED, then that's a good thing. I almost got my GED, but I left out of that too because I didn't want to be in school. I didn't want to do it. My friends got it, but I didn't. Right, exactly. So, for instance, your sister enjoyed biology because that's what she was going to do. So, for her, great. But for me, how does biology benefit me right now in my life? How? No, it doesn't benefit me. There's nothing in biology that I can do to make my life better right now. Not one thing. Biology will never help me because I'm not into that. So I shouldn't be forced to take it. Yeah. Because people like me and that person you're talking, I don't know who you're talking about, but whoever that person is, they have a mentality like me. Because a lot of people, they trick you on how to live your life. They when we're growing up in life, right? A lot of people say, because I'm a man, like I said, I'll use myself as an example. So all men are put into this category where we have to be hardworking. We have to supply our woman with everything, and she just sits on her ass and does nothing. We just impregnate her, and she stays home and takes the kids while we go out and work 2, 3 jobs to support our families and die before they do. And a man's supposed to go pay for everything, go get everything, work for everything, get a house, get a car while his woman's home laying on her back, taking plank from us, and then giving birth to our children and staying home all day and not have a job. That's what the world wants a man to do. So a man can go die early and leave everything for the wife so she's great and their kids are great because a man had to do everything. That's not really what a man's supposed to do in his life. A man has free will, just like everybody else. A man should be doing whatever the fuck he wants to do. We should not project a man to do those things because not every man can do that. Not every man can do that. And not every man is going to do that. Same thing with a woman. A woman is supposed to give birth, have kids, take care of her man, cook, clean, wash clothes, scrub the fucking walls, give him sex every time he comes home because he's doing a lot for you. Take care of the kids, take them to school, wash them, clean them, make sure everything's done, be a good little housewife, obey your man. Is that what everybody does in the world? Hell no. Because not everybody's fit for that life. But that's the life that they project on us and force us to live. Because if you don't do it, you get critiqued, talked about, and shit on. Explanation point. That's the way life is when you're young. They tell you that's what you're supposed to do. Because if you don't, you're a piece of shit. How is that working out for how is that working out for 75 of the percent that I just explained? You know how it's working out? Divorce, misery, bankruptcy, mental institutions, and a fucked up life. That's how it's working out for you. For 75% of the people I just explained, that's what you're going through. And you can't tell me I'm lying or I'm just saying it because it's true. Am I right or wrong? That's what I thought. That's why I never listen to anybody but my own intuition. And I learned from all my friends and family. And that's why I'm not what I just said that people want me to be. I'll never be that person because that's not going to make me happy. And then I got to start all over. I got to be like you all the time. Hell no. Fuck that. Then I have to give out the secrets sometimes, because I need to tell people like, that this is how life is. And if anybody has to tell you, it'll be me, you know. And just like I said to my cousin today, I am so mad at men like my ex brother in law who had the best life in the world, had a good wife, good kids, had a house, had a car, had everything given to him and everything ready to go every day. And you just gave it up for a dirty ass coochie and a fucked up life you live now, you know? But that to me, I'm never gonna be that person. But I told my cousin today when I was painting the roof, I've always wanted to get married, to have kids, and to have my own home because I wanted to be like my dad. But that didn't turn out the way my life was because I couldn't find a decent woman like my mother. I couldn't find a woman that wants to bear my children and work with me and have everything that I wanted. I never met someone that had the same dreams and lifestyle that I do because there is none. But if I wanted a dirty ass hoe and pay child support and not see my kid, then I would get one right now. It's no problem. There's millions of them waiting for my sperm. Sure. Be my sperm donor and my child support donor, and you'll see your kid when I want to, and I'll make up all these bullshit lies about how you do this to me and that to me, and I'll take everything from you just because I made a child with you. Man, fuck that. Yeah, him. Yeah, exactly, Dan. That's how you were raised, to do all those things for what? It doesn't even, like, sometimes it works, but sometimes it doesn't. And people just think that this is some great thing to do. Like, it's not meant for everybody, you know? And for the people who it's meant, people who want it are usually the people that don't get it. So because I wanted it so bad, I never got it. And it's not too late. I still can get that if I want it. If if that's my path, some people have that. Some people get married and have kids later on in life. I could be one of them. I don't know. It's all what God wants. And I tell God in spirit all the time, if that's what you guys want me to be, then bring it. Give it to me. If not, I'm fine the way it is. I never say, oh God, why you didn't bring some woman into my life and have kids and I can have a house and I can live a great life. Me, I'm not like that. I don't give a fuck. Whatever happens, happens. Because I'd rather be single and happy than be with some woman that I have to deal with and send the fucking a private investigator to go look at because she's a hoe and she's an undercover hoe and I can't find what she's doing. Or I have to put a tracker on the car to see if she's go taking some dick somewhere else. I don't want to live that life. I don't want some cheating ass woman. Hell no. I'd rather be by myself and not have to have that worry and burden in my brain. I really don't want that. And I'm not saying that every single woman is like that, because there is very decent people in the world. But the problem is like and they're hard to find. And if it's not meant to be, it's not going to meant to be until the day it's supposed to be meant to be. So some people find love right away, some people find love later on in life, and some people never find it. And I'll take whatever category. It doesn't bother me. That's just who I am. I just don't care. It happens, it happens, it don't, it does. I'll never grudge God or myself or look at myself or anybody else different. It's my life. I'm living it the way I want to. So, you know, this year, if I meet the love of my life and, I start to like say, you tell you guys every day, things are going good. My girlfriend is nice. And, I think she's the one. I hope you're all happy for me. I really do. And I hope that it happens. I hope that one day that happens. That'll be great. I'll be like, okay, cool. It had to happen now. And if it doesn't happen this year, I'm not gonna sit in a corner and be crying all day or going to every psychic asking them if it's gonna happen. I'm not like that. I don't care. I just go with the flow. Whatever happens is gonna happen. Another year with being single is fine to me. It don't bother me. It really don't. Well, there you go, Dan. If you've been together all those years, sometimes you just got to put up with whatever you got to put up with because the grass might not be greener on the other side. It's that simple, you know. Anyway, guys, I got to get out of here. My friend is coming up here in a few minutes, and I'm going to show him this job I want him to do around here. And my sister's coming home in a few minutes, so he should be here any minute. So, but I'll be back tonight. I don't really have much to do tonight, so I'll be back at some point in time, chill out and hang out with you guys. And thanks for being here and talking and listening to the rants and talking about life. Here goes my neighbor's fucking dogs again barking out of control. I feel like telling them shut up, but I don't want to get in. I don't feel like neighbor rivalries and neighbors and all that shit. Anyway, some people will never learn. All right, take care, guys. I'll be back later.